Hello, this is the LEGO Team GB collectible minifigure series from the year 2012. This was a limited promotion in partnership with the British Olympic Association to go with the London Summer Games of 2012. These figures do not represent actual individual persons, although you could make some or draw some parallels between some of their looks, but they don't have official proper names to them to go with actual people. And there are some interesting things about this series that make it stand out from previous collectible minifigure series. First of all, every single one of them has the exact same accessory in the form of that gold medal around the neck. And I'll take those off to let you see more of the torso prints that are actually being kind of blocked. Also, each one of these came with a printed base plate or display stand. So every single one of them looks exactly like that. And the two copyright dates have to do with the copyright of the products themselves versus the copyright of the Team GB logo and branding. This series also came with just 9 figures compared to the usual 16. And the first one here is called the Agile Archer. Some of them had slightly fanciful names, not all though. Every single one of these had a unique and exclusive torso print and also a unique leg print. And the hip prints were also made to go with those legs. And I believe this was a new color for that Superman hairpiece as well at the time. So that was a nice introduction. No print to be seen on the back, and none of these had alternate faces either. This is the Brawny Boxer, who I believe introduced new colors for that headgear and also the gloves there. And this one has a little bit more that you can see on the face, only just a little bit more if I take off that headgear, but just wanted to show you how the prints do go around the sides of the legs here. And all of these prints just fit together really well between the different parts. Like for instance, here you can see the stripes, it's 3 stripes on each side going through the hips into the legs, and it was just done well. This guy has a little bit of a hint of a mouth guard there, and with this removed, just has a couple of lines in the face that are usually obscured. Next up is the Flexible Gymnast, who came with parts to make a miniature balance beam here. So you could just pose her on top of that if you wanted to, but that is her accessory in this case. Just centering that one up. There you go. Again, pretty good printing, and this one also has to bring some of the red down into the center piece of the hips, both the upper part and the lower part. Just a little bit of tiny mistake on this one, but for the most part the quality remains pretty consistent. Again, no print on the back. Really would have been nice to get prints on the backs of some of these, especially when they're depicted in outfits that had really nice designs on the back. But that's it for this one. Next up, this one is officially named the Judo Fighter, and this actually is the one exception to the rule about back prints. This one does get a full print on the back of the torso, which looks stunning. It's just a really nice mark, that logo that they came up with. It really stands out. It's very striking, and I wish I could have seen more of that on more of these, but at least this one did get it, and that does look pretty good. But on this one, the prints don't line up all so well from the belt at the base of the torso. Kind of cuts off a little early and then doesn't line up with the hips just perfectly. This one is the Tactical Tennis Player, and he's got some beads of sweat dripping down his face, yet he is very happy, I guess, with his performance and how things are going in his matches. The prints are lined up very nice on this one, and he also came with a silver colored racket. I'm not sure if that was done in that color before, but it is a nice one. It's not too metallic, it's not too shiny. It almost looks gray, but it does have a little bit of metallic shine in it. It is made of the metallic colored resins, and this is a pretty good looking one, except from the back where it's pretty plain. Official name of this character is the Wondrous Weightlifter. More good, clean, crisp printing on this one, and also once again some beads of sweat dripping down the face. I believe this one introduced new colors for 2 parts for his accessory there, the barbell. The ends being done in blue here. I believe that was the first time. Previously it was done in black. And also the bar that he's holding is not a standard length of lightsaber blade piece, or bar piece. It's actually the shorter version, the length 3 version compared to the length 4 standard. And because of how narrow it is, he can hold it in one hand and it kind of looks almost appropriate there, but he can't hold it in 2 hands. It's just not long enough to fit all the way across the body, and also with the angles of hands, you're just not able to pose that, more properly with this accessory. Here's the Relay Runner, one of the more straightforward names of one of these figures. Once again, good printing for the legs and the hips, with the detail of the stretchable waistband there, and the stripes are just done really well, as is that small little black outline down at the base. Just such good, fine quality work there. And also this one came with a 3-long lightsaber blade or bar piece, so the shorter version, and this is metallic. It's silver in color, it's not gray. I think that was a new color for that one, and I haven't seen that color on anything else. I have not done the research to check on it, but it's certainly not a common piece. So a nice thing to get. And this one had, some color coming through the hips, and with the good printing on the side of the leg, I feel like this one looks pretty good from every angle, actually. The Stealth Swimmer here has not beads of sweat, but just droplets of water that are applied to all parts from top to bottom, and the swimming cap there is printed on the side very nicely. I think this is just well done overall. The print for the lines indicating musculature and the lines on the face, I believe, are a medium flesh color, so that's a little bit of an interesting combination that they sometimes do, going between the yellow range that is standard for skin tones and a little bit of that slightly more realistic range that they usually use for licensed figures. The last figure in the series is just called Horseback Rider. It's another one of those with a simple and straightforward name. The legs on this one almost look like they're dual molded, but the plastic is actually just white, and it just has a very solid print of black going around the front and sides. This one also has some detail up at the top of the leg there with the little bit of ribbon and band detail, which really highlights how they go a little bit farther with the print for this. So the print doesn't just stop exactly where it needs to be for a figure that's standing up straight. So they actually extend that back a little bit. So even if the figure is leaning back a little bit, you still get pretty good continuity there, even though there is just a little bit of gap down at the base of the print on the torso. Now, speaking of dual molding, the headgear here actually is dual molded, and that is a silicone rubber piece, which is black and dark red. So those are 2 different colors of the material that go together. Has a small like a micro peg or mini peg attachment point on the back if you want to attach. Nowadays you can put a friend's accessory in there, but the hair was done really well here, especially some of the detailing out towards the edge. Just for something made of this type of material, they got to a fairly fine point there. So that's it for Team GB. Let me know in a comment if you have any favorite amongst these. I personally favor the Relay Runner and the Boxer, just for the quality level, but I also appreciate the back print that's on the Judo Fighter. Hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you again soon.